Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Genuine Podcast. I hope you all have been well. I know for those who are watching the video portion of this, the background does look a little bit different. In my last episode, I said that I was doing a whole room transformation. So, where I had my chair before, I have a vanity that's taking it up right now. So, I'm still figuring out how I want to set up everything from now on. So it might look a little bit different even next week and the week after that. But just to give you a quick little update on me though, I'm doing a lot better from last week. I am going to get my wisdom teeth removed this week. So by the time that you're watching this, at the end of the week, probably some of my teeth will be gone. So I'm a little bit scared about that, but yeah, I just hope everything works out. And yeah, that's kind of it for me. But just to get on with the podcast, though, we're going to talk about our summer plans. So I do have Jerry on the line. So, Jerry, how are you?
Yo, 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 what's up, people? Doing pretty good.
That's good. So,
Yeah,
then going off of that, let's give our report cards. So, you could start first.
sounds good. Mentally, I'd say I'm at a B plus. Just I've had some things like on the back of my mind that I know I have to take care of, so it's kind of I just have like that little bit of background stress where I'm not really thinking about it, but in the back of my mind, I know there's some things I gotta get to doing, and yeah, so a B plus though. I mean, overall feeling pretty good. We all have our moments where we're a little upset or something, but I'm pretty good now. And physically, I'd say I'm very happy with where I'm at. I'd give myself an A, getting nice and lean, closer to my goal, and just feeling great. Yeah, honestly. What about you, Bianca?
That's good to hear. For me personally, emotionally, I would give myself probably probably like a B. Mentally, I'm probably at like a B because I'm still figuring out a routine just since I haven't been in school. I did think I said this in the last podcast that I've just been a tiny bit sad just because I don't have like an actual routine yet. So I feel a lot better. And also, I was just stressed out with my room and like building a lot of things and redecorating stuff, throwing things out. So, like, the space is a lot different now. So, but it definitely feels better that a lot of it's like cleared out and everything. But physically, I would give myself probably a C. I'm still slowly working my way back into the gym, being consistent. I'm actually going to go after this. So, for those who are watching, I'm wearing like a blue uh bandeau bra type of thing. So, I definitely look very different than what I normally wear. So, it's because I'm going to go to the gym. So, got to keep that up.
Alrighty, all done there. We'll get
Alrighty.
the gains, Bianca. Yeah.
All right. Exactly. Get the gains. But let's get on with our podcast. Again, we are going to talk about our summer plans. So, the first question: how do you usually feel when summer rolls around? Excited, relaxed, or a bit overwhelmed?
Cool, cool. So I'll go ahead and pop in here. I'd say honestly, when summer rolls around, I never really feel excited. I'd say maybe relaxed. I'm just kind of getting ready to chill out. Just I'm finally done with the semester, and I just want to chill out or go hang out with friends. Do some things I haven't had the chance to do. Spend more time doing things I enjoy. So yeah, just honestly relaxed is what I'm thinking. You?
I think typically for me it's the same since I've been in school because obviously my our spring semester just ended, so I'm just like thank God no more exams this summer. I'm not taking any summer classes, so of course there's been previous years where I have taken maybe just like one summer class, but it's still like pretty relaxed for the most part. So that's what I would say. But I guess in the beginning of this like summer, for me, it has been overwhelming just because of the whole room transformation thing. But overall, I feel definitely more relaxed at the moment.
Shout out relaxation.
Yeah, shout out relaxation. But for our next question, Do you usually plan your summer in advance or go with the flow?
For me, I'm definitely more of a go with the flow kind of guy. Yeah, there isn't really like any concrete plans. Maybe I'll tell my homies, hey, let's go do this and that, right? But it's not like, oh, on this day, we'll do that. We'll just kind of figure that out as we go, as everyone's out of school and everyone's got days off. We'll figure out, we'll schedule it. But never, nothing concrete. So definitely go with the flow. What about you, Bianca?
I think most of the time it's I want to say go with the flow, but I know I do best with routine. So I think there are definitely parts of the day that are definitely more like concrete. Just to like keep my sanity a little bit because I can't handle a schedule that's irregular. But as far as like plans with like friends and things like that, those are kind of more go with the flow because I don't really plan things like way too much in advance like that. But I know for this summer, my mom wants to go to a Dodger game for her birthday. So in July, I'm going to a Dodger game. So that's the only thing that's kind of concrete. And I haven't decided if I'm going to a rave this summer. I do want to go to Hard Summer. So that might be something that is concrete potentially.
Valid.
Valid. But our next question, what does your ideal summer look like for you?
Um, just kind of just chilling, dude. Maybe a beach trip, um, a few outings, and yeah, that's an ideal summer. Nothing crazy, honestly. Uh, what about you, raving?
I think maybe one rave in there would be cool, but I guess like my ideal summer, because I haven't really done this at all since I've stopped swimming, is probably to travel ideally. I mean, if I had like unlimited amount of money, I would just be traveling probably all summer and just like not working if that was a thing. So, um, and I guess for where I would want to go, probably to like Bali or maybe like Tokyo or maybe like Greece or something. So, but these are all, like that would be an ideal summer for me. It would be traveling.
Dude, yeah, that actually does sound fire. But you know what? I see for me it's always been like winter is the travel month. That's just me though. But yeah, traveling does sound fire, but we do not have unlimited money out here.
Why is it in the winter for you?
I don't know. I guess that's just like whenever I've had to go somewhere out of the state, it's always been winter. So I'm just kind of whenever it's winter rolls around, that's when I'm on travel mode. But when it's summer, I'm like, nah, dude, I'm in the area. You know?
That's interesting. Is it just because like the
Mhm.
holidays or what?
Yeah, most likely, probably.
Okay, I see. So it's something that's kind of more like concrete for you typically.
What you mean concrete that I'm going to travel? Like it's
Y-
an absolute?
yeah, that you're most likely like this winter are going to travel somewhere in the wintertime.
No, it's never concrete. It's more of a it'll be random. Like I guess some years it is more planned out, but definitely this year it's kind of a maybe. We don't know yet. But in general though, I just look at winter as more of a travel month in my own little world.
I can't say the same. I mean, it's probably more like the summertime that I'm doing traveling if I do, but I haven't in probably in like a couple years, but hopefully maybe this year or next year I'll have something more planned out for traveling. But for our next question though, how are you balancing rest and productivity?
I feel like this is maybe one of the first summers where I'm kind of taking that more seriously. I guess the productivity portion of it. And yeah, because typically I'm more focused on like I just want to chill. But I think where I'm at now, I'm too old to not do something productive or try and dial something in. So I think to balance it, is just do it. Maybe I don't know. I would just yeah, I just kind of have to put myself in a position where I'm like, okay, I've rested enough. let's get productive, So I think, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. What about you?
So is there something specific that you have like planned daily that keeps you productive?
I think I would say the gym, and particularly maybe because what I want to do is, go to the gym early, knock it out, and then as soon as I'm home, do the basic thing, shower, drink a protein shake, and ideally then I would start being productive. But I found it. I've done that before, and sometimes I'm just like, you know what, bro, let me chill out and do something real quick, and then I'll be productive. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping I'll be able to follow that more so. Like after I finish up the workout, I'll be able to, just get straight to whatever work thing I got to do. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that helps out. But I guess it hasn't worked too great before. But I'm gonna work on it. Gonna work on it.
Yeah, exactly. Gonna work on it. I mean, kind of what you said, you just kind of have to do it and then you start implementing in your routine and then it just, you rely more on discipline at that point just because it's already ingrained in your routine. But as far as for me, I'm still in the process of still trying to determine like what is going to be like my summer routine now, but I do have like 3 daily goals that I always want to accomplish. Like if I accomplish 3 daily goals, then I'll be fine with whatever I do for the rest of the day for the most part. Spanish, I want to do working on my Spanish for at least like 15 to 30 minutes a day. So that's one goal. My second goal is to at least read a chapter of a book. Right now, I'm reading a book called Ikigai. And for anybody who doesn't know what Ikigai is the Japanese secret to living a long and happy life. And that's the book I'm currently reading right now. So I love it a lot. It's just very insightful. I really like reading health and wellness books. So I've already read a chapter of that today. So I already got that off for my routine. And then the last thing is just working out. I mean, I'm not trying to work out every single day, but it's definitely something that I want to do probably like 4 to 5 times a week since I'm not in school at the moment. Or I'm not taking class during the summer. So yeah, just trying to really work more on my health right now and just get that back because I definitely put that on the back burner for too long during my spring semester. So those are my daily goals.
Yeah, dude. I think those 3 daily goals is a pretty cool thing, and could help you maybe build some discipline. And I did want to ask though, not to put you on the spot, but what I guess from that book Ikigai, what like piece of information from that book would you be able to share towards living a long, healthy life?
Oh my God, that's a really good question. Okay, so what I've read so far, I just started it maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, so I haven't read too much into it. I think I've only read like 3 chapters so far, but sleep is something that's super important. And it also talked about just how your skin looks. The way your skin looks is a reflection of how you're taking care of yourself. So, sleep is a really big thing that they talked about. It prevents anti aging as well. And it also said basically what Ikigai is, though, I think what it actually translates to is like being busy for like as long as you can. So in Japan, like there isn't something that's called like being retired. Like there's no word in that in Japanese, but in English we have that word retired, which is basically like once you're done working, you just stop, you just stop working basically. So I thought that was really interesting that they don't have a word like that. And my God, I'm gonna say this wrong, but I think it's some little city in Japan. I think it's called Ikonawa, something like that. But it's a city where people are living the longest in the world currently, and I think most people definitely live to be over 100. in that city. So they also have something called all these words I don't know how to pronounce. I think it's like Oniwa, Owina, Onina. I don't know. I don't know. But basically, what that means is that you belong to some kind of group, and they all put money towards this group so you can do like whatever activities. And if there's any leftover money, I guess like at the end of the month or however long that they do it for, they give that money to one person in the group, and then it circles around to like the next person, the next person, the next person. So it also builds more financial like stability. So I think that's pretty cool that I didn't know that existed, over there. But I guess people tend to do that like when they're older, so they still have like a place of belongingness. And of course, like staying active is a big thing when you're older. I know that was a big ramble, but there's so many things that I've read that I thought was just so interesting.
Yeah, no, that's really interesting. Shout out the Japanese.
Shout out the Japanese. But moving on to our next question. How do you want to feel at the end of summer? What would make it feel fulfilling?
For me, I don't know if I really have anything that'd make it fulfilling, but I just want to feel, I guess, like I've rested enough and I'm ready to go back to school and grind it out, you know? Yeah, just that's kind of it. Just feel good, like I didn't waste all my time and I rested enough. Yes, that's mine. What about you, dude?
For me personally, I think I want to be able to finish like 4 books by the end of summer. So that's a goal of mine that I kind of have. And also just physically and feeling just healthier with working out because, like I said, my physical health has been very, very, I don't want to use the word neglected, but it kind of was during the spring semester. So I just want to get more into feeling strong. Like literally every time I work out now, like I'm always sore, and that wasn't a thing before I started school. For the most part, I would get sore kind of rarely. So yeah, just gaining more muscle, gaining more strength, and um, I think that's kind of it. I think that's what would be the most fulfilling to me is just reading a lot and working on my physical health.
Get yoked.
Get yoked. But okay, we're going to do something a little bit different right now. We're just going to do like some rapid fire questions. So we're only just doing 3. But for the first one, beach or mountains?
Easy, easy beach, dude. I do want to. I know we're supposed to like breeze through these, but I do want to say, I feel like mountains are also one of those winter things. You know, going to like a cabin in the mountains or something. You know, beach is where it's at all the way.
I
What's
agree.
yours?
The beach too, but also you could, yeah, I was thinking when I did think mountains, I was thinking wintertime, but you could also think of like something like, I don't know, like the Grand Canyon, and you could be going rafting or something.
Preposterous.
Preposterous. Okay, next one. Ice cream or smoothies?
Easy. Ice cream. Smoothies are diet ice cream, basically.
That's so funny because I'm picking smoothies.
Lame. Why?
I don't know, like, because like you said, like it's just something a little more healthy, unless I got like frozen yogurt, which is, I think, better than ice cream.
Hmm. I will say, I want to be that guy real quick. I do believe smoothies are not technically healthier. It's still like, you know, a lot of sugars and a lot of sugar and calories. But you know, I don't want to be that guy. Ice cream still tastes better.
It depends what you put
TBH.
in there. It depends what you put in
No, no,
there.
no.
Yes,
No, no,
yes,
no.
yes. But
Rocky Road ice cream. Carry on.
whatever. Anyways, okay. Sunrise hike or sunset chill?
Boom. Sunrise hike. I love hiking, so that's why. But I also think like sunset chills a little different. What about you?
I'm kind of debating on this because I'm not 100% sure because I honestly don't go hiking. The only time I've been really hiking was when I was in Hawaii. Here in California, I think I've been on a hike twice, and I think you just have to do it with the right person. And I just don't know too many hiking trails here, so I think that's why I'm kind of like no on the hiking part, just because I haven't really experienced it enough or done it enough. So I think right now at the moment, I would say Sunset Chill.
Darn tootin'. Wait, what? I'll ask you about that later. The hike stuff.
Yep.
Carry on.
That's it. That's the end of our podcast. It's a quick little podcast just to let you guys know what we're doing for our summer. But now that we're getting towards the end, we are gonna do our weekly wins. So Jerry, what is your weekly win?
So my weekly win is my homie from the Navy came by, and it's been a while, like since we've seen him, maybe a year or two. And yeah, we just hung out all day yesterday. It was a great time, and yeah, that'd be my weekly win. What's yours?
Oh, that's sweet. That must be nice to have seen your friend. But for me though, I would say is I finally finished a book. One book this year, I think. I don't know if it's one or if I read one before I went back to school. But there is a book that I was reading before I started the semester, and I never finished it because I was in my semester. Because sometimes I feel guilty reading books when I'm in school because I'm like, I should be reading my textbook and not just like some other book that doesn't pertain to my studies. But yeah, it was a book. I think it's called like How to Control Your Mind and Master Your Feelings. It's like another like wellness book. So I finally finished that. So I'm starting on my second book. I don't know if I could say like that's my first book that I started this summer because I was pretty much almost done with it though. I was about like halfway done with it. So I finished it just last week. So I started the book Ikigai just this week.
Dang, congrats on finishing up the book, though. Epic.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot what the percentage is, but there's a lot of people that start a book, and it's something crazy here in America that I don't want to just throw a random number out there, but it's a pretty high number of people that don't finish a book. So, yeah, I'm really glad that I did finish a book because I used to be one of those people that would start a book and then I would never finish it. So, yeah, I'm trying to really make sure like I'm finishing this book and like not just, stopping at a certain point because something came up, you know?
Yeah, no, I get you. I do want to ask, though, do you have any takeaway messages you got from the book you'd like to share to the lovely people?
Ooh, for that book, um, it was talking about like all the different emotions at the very end of the book, and not all emotions are bad emotions. Like when people think about like anger, obviously like there are some like cons of having anger in your life, but also it's like a defense mechanism into I guess like preventing you from like actual physically fighting with somebody. Um Instead of just like, you're getting heated, like you're getting angry, So that's like a reason for like why anger could be a good thing, is that so it doesn't lead into um physical conflict. But and also like saying like nervousness though, it also like depends how you look at it. Nervousness can also be similar to the feeling of excitement because the same symptoms that you have of excitement are pretty similar to the same ones that you have of nervousness. So it's just depending on how you switch your mindset. Um, you could start, I guess, feeling less nervous and turning it more into excitement. So, yeah, also it talked about like cons too of like happiness because obviously, like, most people want to be in a state of happiness, but happiness is not something that's currently like always sustainable, like it's something that you go in and out of. So, there also is something that's called like too much happiness. And if you're not able to feel like other emotions of like sadness and anger or nervousness or like disgust, I think it said that it's like you're, I guess, not fully expressing like the all emotions that you can be expressing, or that you're not able to feel as much, I guess, is what I'm saying.
Because you'd only be feeling happiness.
Yeah, because you would only be feeling happiness. Like there's certain things
Uh,
that you're gonna go through in your life that obviously are not gonna be like happy times, you know, like if someone like passes
right,
away, or I don't know, if you like didn't do well like on an exam or something, you know? And yeah, obviously those are times where you're not going to be feeling happy.
right. Yeah, no, that's pretty valid, dude.
Yeah, but that's a little tidbit. I mean, I definitely recommend that you read the book, and also that you read the book Ikigai, because they are just such great books to just kind of ponder more about life and just how to become the best version of yourself that you can be.
Get to reading.
Get to reading. But okay, now for the last portion of this podcast, we are doing appreciation time. So, Jerry, what are you grateful for or appreciative of that has happened to you this week?
Um. Oh shoot, I put like I wrote down, I guess, grateful to a person, but I put down my boy Ulysses, um, who I guess I'd consider like technically my guitar tech, and he's such a cool guy. He's been there from day one, and shout out my boy, dude.
Okay, okay, right on.
That's,
I met him
that's it.
recently. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, cool guy, right?
Yeah, he is a cool guy. I mean, yeah, we went to Guitar Center and he was playing your bass, and it's just so incredible to see people play instruments. And I don't know why, it just like really moves me for some odd reason. Like they could be playing like something like so simple, but I'm like, "Oh my god, like you could play an instrument." I think people
Right.
that play instruments are really cool.
Me too. Yeah.
But for me, for my what I'm grateful or appreciative of is probably, I guess, like two things. Like I want to say my room and my new bed, because I have been sleeping so amazing. Like my back doesn't hurt anymore, and the space that I'm currently creating in my room is just more comfy, but also there's parts of it that feel productive, and I'm just liking it so far. Like it just feels more clean. Like I've been on such a like a clean, like, how do I say it? I don't know. It's just so important for you to keep your personal spaces clean or your house clean. Just to be a clean person is what I'm saying. But I'm starting to go off topic now. But so I would say, I guess my space, my room basically is what I'm grateful for. But I'm also grateful for just authors out there, because like I said, I really like reading. I really like self-help books, and these books are just like changing my life. They really changed my life, and it just makes me happy to read something that's going to make me better as a person.
Shout out self help books. Actually, I do like those kind of books. They're pretty cool, and they add something. What's the word? Not meaningful, but like there's a word that starts with the P. Whatever, dude. Yeah, those books can help you like develop yourself, and I don't know. It's not just like a story, you know.
Is it purpose?
No, it's like starts with the P, or maybe it doesn't. Oh, dude, no, I don't know. But it's a word that like you can implement it in your life, kind of, and like it's not just like I said, just a story you read and oh that was interesting. It's like something you can what's the word? Don't know. Too bad. But I think they're cool. Shout out those books.
Yeah, self-help books or wellness books are really great. Yeah, just learning how to become the best person that you can be, or the most perfect imperfect version of yourself. Imperfectly
Epic.
perfect of yourself. Anyways, I got that from another book. It's called I think it is called Perfectly Yourself, and it's by the author Matthew Kelly, and he is a Christian based author. So some of it does like intertwine with Christianity, but it's a really good book that I really like. So I would also recommend that to anybody. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy the podcast. Jerry, is there anything else that you would like to say to everyone?
Yeah. Wash your bed sheets. Thanks for having me. Peace.
That's right, wash your bed sheets. And probably you're looking behind me and there's literally like 6 pillows behind me, but let's not talk about that. um, but okay, you guys, I hope that you guys enjoy the podcast. And yeah, this time in my life, I'm just trying to basically make my space in my room. So that's a lot of what I've been thinking about recently. And like I said, just creating a routine. Make sure you take care of your health because it's very important, both your mental and your physical. But I hope you have a good night, morning, evening, whenever you're listening to this. And I'll talk to you all again soon.